Hi everyone, it's Danielle here with a Sprinkle of Joy, and today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about whole milled flour. So if you know and you followed along for a while, we've made the switch from using all-purpose flour to using fresh milled flour. So what that means is that we buy our wheat berries online, and then I have a mill at home that I use to grind them into the flour that I then use for baking. And today I just wanted to give a real simple, like, whole milled flour 101 on a little bit of the differences between fresh milled flour and all-purpose flour. Now, I've only been doing this a few years, so I am definitely not an expert by any means, but I just wanted to show you some real simple little things that are different between the two. So hopefully, if you are thinking about getting into fresh milled flour, this will be really helpful for you. Right, so what I wanted to show you today is the two types of wheat berries that I use a lot and how they react to water in comparison to all-purpose flour. All right, so really quickly, these are the types of wheat berries that I use a lot. This one is a hard red wheat, and then this one is a hard white wheat. So you can kind of tell the difference between the two. This one definitely is a little bit darker in color, and this one is lighter. They are sometimes grown during different seasons, and then that can affect the protein content and the moisture content and how they react to water. Right, so you may be thinking to yourself, Danielle, why would I want to go through all the extra work of milling my own flour when I can just use all-purpose flour? Well, first of all, the wheat berry has three main parts: the endosperm, the bran, and the germ. And then when you're using your all-purpose flour, they have sifted out all of the bran and the germ, so basically you're only getting the endosperm. And there's a lot of great nutrients in both the bran and the germ, because as you know, you can actually buy just bran and germ separate from the grocery store if you ever want to. But when you mill your own flour, then you have the opportunity to keep that all in your flour. And in later videos, I'll probably talk about how you can also sift out some of that bran or that germ if you wanted to have a lighter flour. But I found in a lot of my recipes, I don't really have to sift that much out. And so you're getting a great tasting flour that also has a lot more nutrients than you would in your all-purpose flour. So what I have in front of me here are the three different types of flours. I have an all-purpose flour, and it's all-purpose flour that I just bought at the dollar store. Then I have a hard white wheat and a hard red wheat. And both the hard white and the hard red have been ground into flour using my home mill. And it's between like a medium and a fine coarseness, which is my go-to for when I'm making most of my baked goods. And what I wanted to show today is how they react to water. So I have 50 grams of each type of these flours, and I'm going to add water to them and show how much water it takes to get it into kind of like a dough ball. All right, so I'll start with my all-purpose flour, and I am putting about 20 grams of water into the flour. All right, so I'm going to mix it a little bit first with a spoon. And then with my hands. Right, so after a little bit more mixing and kneading, you have a pretty nice little soft ball of dough. Right now I'm going to go on to the hard white wheat. And then I'm going to start with the same amount, which is 20 grams of water. Then show you when I start mixing it. It's still very, very, very crumbly, and it takes a lot longer for the flour to absorb the water. So I'm gonna have to end up adding a little bit more water to this. So you're at about 24 grams of water to make a dough ball that is about the same softness as your all-purpose. Right now I'll move on to the hard red wheat. And then with the hard red wheat, I need to add about 26 grams of water to really get it into a nice, soft ball of dough. So really quick, I just wanted to kind of show you the difference between how they are. So this one is the is the all-purpose flour, and it's definitely the softest of all of the doughs because all of that bran and that germ has been taken out, and they kind of act like little knives in your dough. If you're familiar with bread and baking and the window pane test, it can be hard to get that with home milled flour. Then this is your hard white wheat. And this is your hard red wheat. All right, that is what I wanted to share with you today. I hope that you found that information helpful, and I will be back later with some other little tips and tricks about using home milled flour. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.